You don't want to ask me any question, I just keep quiet.
Doctor, I have one question for yesterday lecture. In the Chagamas business model, there is liquidity model and securitization model. And then in the diagram, there is purchase asset with recourse and without recourse. What does the recourse mean?
Okay, purchase with recourse, that means the financial institution do not have to sell the mortgage for the whole period of the unexpired term. That means, let's say, for 30 years mortgage, and then they started to sell after 5 years. So that means the remaining balance is 25 years. So purchase with recourse, that means they only sell the loan or the mortgage maybe up to 3 years or 4 years. After that, they will reconsider whether to continue. Let's say they take purchase with recourse for 5 years.
Doctor, we are losing you, doctor.
Are you okay now? Because I got a message here, the internet not stable. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay. So go back to the question just now. Let's say if the mortgage period, the total mortgage period is 30 years. And then the financial institution only sell the mortgage after 5 years. So that means the balance of the mortgage contract is still 25 years. So 25 years is the maximum period that the financial institution can actually go or can actually sell for the purchase without recourse. That means Chagamas will purchase the whole 25 years period for that particular mortgage. Unless if the default occur, that's a different thing. But assuming that no default at all and no refinancing at all, no settlement of loan within that period, so basically the loan, the mortgage is valid up to 25 years. That is purchased without recourse. For purchase with recourse, regardless the unexpired term, unexpired mortgage period, the financial institution can actually choose in terms of the number of years they are going to sell.
Procedure.
In other words, under standard, they give the financial institution either 3 years or 5 years. Let's say the financial institution take the 5 years purchase with recourse. So after 5 years, Chagamas will offer different rate. If they want to continue, let's say they still do not have enough money, they decided to continue for another 5 years. So this is called purchase with recourse. In other words, if they don't want to continue, by the end of 5 years period, they will get back the loan. So the contract is over by 5 years period. But if they want to continue, the disadvantage of continuing is Chagamas will charge a different rate which is slightly higher than the original rate. As compared to purchase without recourse, so there is only one Chagamas rate post throughout the period, so which is very low. So if they want to go for purchase with recourse, after 5 years, Chagamas will increase the rate, and if they agree with the new rate, they can actually continue. But if you don't agree, they can terminate after 5 years. But for the purchase without recourse, they cannot terminate throughout the period unless there is default or there is, something that create a issue during the mortgage period. Okay, Susan? Clear?
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Any other question?